Welcome to the MLMsuccess.com podcast, the show designed to return the network marketing industry to its roots of personal growth, leadership development, and wisdom of the ages success principles. We share with you real success stories from real people that we hope will inspire and encourage you personally and help you progress forward in your business and your life. We believe if you build people, people will build the business. Now here is your host, who has been called the number one mind in network marketing, the MLM prophet, network marketing virtual mentor, and a host of other names that we will not mention because this is a family show. Frankly, he's just a small town guy that figured out that the real product in network marketing is people. Dale Calvert.
Welcome to part 2 and the conclusion of Network Marketing Lead Generation Mastery. If you have not listened to part 1 of this session, we highly suggest that you go to session 160 and hear that before tuning into this session. For those of you that have already heard part 1, it is our pleasure to share with you part 2 of the Network Marketing Lead Generation Seminar, starting now.
So here's what I believe. Launch your business 90 days. Done right, 90 days, you can have that done. And then you're done. Then master local lead generation, and that's going to take about 12 months. And if you went through the launch process and you understood play 1, play 2, the whole flow of the business and the recruiting process, and the fact that recruiting is a process, it's not something you do in the line at the post office when you run into an old high school someone you went to high school with. And again, recruiting is a process, not an event. And you go through this flow, this sequential flow, then you'll learn the funded proposal concept. You'll have that down in about 90 days. And then it's going to take about 12 months to get the foundation for internet marketing / social media. Those of you that I teach 5 core fundamentals of network marketing, DaleCalvert.com/core. That's not in your notes. You may want to write that down. DaleCalvert.com/core. And the 5th is lead generation. And I talk about that lead generation is an ongoing, never-ending progression because technology always provides new, different, and exciting ways to create leads. And again, guys, I've been doing this a long time. I remember when there was no internet. I remember when we recruited with audio cassettes and VHS videos. I remember when I had to wait until enough people in the U.S. had a VHS player so I could switch our system from a pitch book to a VHS. Okay, so again, I'm talking from deep experience. And again, I'm not selling out to the latest, greatest technology because that's what everybody wants to hear. I'm talking about you becoming a master at lead generation. And you know what happens when you do that? You know how much competition you have? Zero. None. Some of you, this is the first time you've ever even heard the phrase funded proposals. And again, I think it's going to be unbelievable what happens over the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Because again, there's a whole new world coming of artificial intelligence. It's going to be unbelievable. I actually was with a friend a couple of nights ago that blew my mind. Because with the goggles, we put on the goggles, and the guy, we're in a virtual meeting room. He walks up on stage, his little avatar on stage, and is talking to other people in the room, drawn on a whiteboard virtually. Unbelievable stuff coming. Okay, but all that will attract a whole other group of people that won't understand. It's not about getting them in. It's about getting them in, keeping them in, and helping them move forward. and they won't understand the way to launch your business from every angle that you can look at it, and being smart is locally. And again, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. I'm about ready to wrap up. Is it possible for someone to start at white belt, yellow belt, blue belt, and get to the top of an MLM comp plan? Absolutely, positively, it is. There's about 3% of the population that can get to the top with the skill sets and mindsets they enter the industry with. That's why I believe I was a top money, or I was one of the top, I was this, I was that. $10,000 a month means nothing. It's nothing. The question is, how many people on your team created a full-time income? Because if you had special skill set, or you are a blonde bombshell, or whatever the case might be, and people, like hanging out with you instead of the ladies at choir practice, well, that's cool. That's good. But that's not what this business model is about. It's not about being an influencer. It's about being a leader. It's about being a leader. It's about developing other people. That's the deal. It's about the 27 percenters. You create wealth with the 27 percenters. And again, I'm not going to get into that, but you can go to DaleCalvert.com. This is not on the slides either. I'm sorry. I just added this a few minutes ago. Jot this down, DaleCalvert.com/lost. And I talk about the 6 different personalities at the top of every network marketing company, how they got there. And the truth is, most of them don't have a clue how they got there, other than grinding and working hard and talking to a lot of people. And newbies going, well, how do I get my business going? Well, you got to talk to more people. Start a blog. So-and-so said, go watch this video. He said he'll show you how to sponsor 20 people in 30 days. Or what? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And we wonder why the whole profession is in a state of dissipation. I hope this has made sense, guys. Sequential learning, the order in which material is presented, can strongly influence what is learned, how fast performance increases, and sometimes even whether the material was learned at all. I believe mastery happens, the people a lot smarter than me on Wikipedia says mastery happens faster sequentially, but I believe it only happens sequentially. Only happens sequentially. And I would ask you, does this make sense? Does what I have, some people say, Dale, I don't like your accent. Dale, I don't like your attitude. Dale, you're too... Listen, I can be this way. Here's why. I don't have a dog in the hunt. I sincerely don't. Every webinar I do, I'm sincerely trying to run off the wrong people and attract the right people. And you know what? It's working. It's working. Okay, so if I've upset you because, well, Dale, I've had a blog for a year. Well, Dale, I went to so-and-so's seminar and they said that, I have to be on Snapchat and look, that's fine. Again, I would just suggest, as I started, always ask yourself, who is this person? What's their track record? How many 6-figure earners did they develop on their team, and why should I be listening to them? When we were building, we developed more. All right, let me put it this way. Name a guru. Whoever. Name whoever, somebody that is teaching in the network marketing profession today. Name a generic teacher, trainer, guru. Name one. Okay, now I could ask you to name 5. I'm not going to, but let's say you come up with 5. You take all of the 6-figure earners that they developed on their team and add them together. And when we were building, and this is very well documented, we developed more 5, 6, and 7-figure income earners on our team than all those guys put together, and girls. And you don't have any idea how disturbing that statement is to me. Because this industry has been around since 1932. A 20-year-old snot-nosed kid from Stamping Ground, Kentucky, population 400, was able to get involved in this profession. And because of audio cassettes and listening and implementing what you're learning and willing to fall and get back up, been able to travel all over the world, earn millions of dollars, and make an impact on more people than I ever thought could ever imagined. And at age 39, when I was done, I knew that the direction the profession was headed in, and everybody was just going to be recruiting each other. I knew it. I saw it clear as a bell. And if you had said, well, Dale, in August of 2015, you're going to be doing podcasts, and you're going to be doing open webinars all for people all over the world and multiple companies, and you're going to have this whole community of people that are supporting each other and working together and understand sequential, systematic ways to develop. I would say, you're nuts. I'm done. I'm finished. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I'm finished. But if you ask me today, I would tell you this is what I'm supposed to be doing and will continue to be doing from now on the rest of my life. 2 heart attacks changes things. It's hard to imagine that when you're 39. So I hope you guys have had a few aha moments over the past few minutes. I'm extremely passionate about what I communicate because honestly, it haunts me. It disturbs me that something so good has become so diluted and gotten so far off track. And you have so many people that are just spewing nonsense. I mean, the worst thing I've heard in the last 90 days, I didn't even believe it until I read it, saw it for myself. They're actually gurus telling people, look, I'm going to show you how, if you've never sponsored your first person and you've never gotten your first customer, I'm going to teach you how you can become a well-paid consultant in the network marketing profession. And say, well, Dale, nobody would say it. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I heard it I read it. It's disturbing. And we wonder why the rest of the world sits back and looks at us and says, these people are all crazy. So some of you think, well, yeah, but Dale, yeah, but okay, if you're yeah button, you can just go ahead and log off. Really. Yeah, and I'm sincere in saying that. I hope the next time you see a karate person, you'll think about this. But if your goal is mastery, I know from experience and from working with a lot of people in the last 35 years that I can help you. And the first thing I would recommend that you do is go listen to the podcast, MLMsuccess.com/story35. We'll talk about how to help people on your team launch their business. I want you to just think for a minute and imagine how it would feel to be able to teach everyone that joins your team from anywhere in the world how to create constant flow of quality prospects in their local market. How would that feel? I mean, really. And I hope I've been able to communicate the importance of becoming a lead generation expert, becoming a black belt sequentially. That's how it happens. And the importance of developing a strong local team because it makes solid business sense on so many levels. Now, if you want to stick around, I'm getting ready for the big pitch now. So you can go ahead and leave if that offends you in any way, shape, or form. Our local MLM Leads program is now 100% online, and you can access it immediately today, tonight. We've added 10 hours of training to the original course. Some of you know in August of 2015, when this all hit me, I shut down 90% of the websites that were making me money every week. to redo everything, to rework everything. But anyway, lifetime membership and all future local generation methods will be placed here. So when we learn something new, because we'll do a video and we'll shoot it and we've tested it and we have somebody using it effectively, we'll just place it in this course. It's lifetime access. The price will increase every 6 months until it gets to a certain point. It will. Every technique you ever need to know will be here regarding local lead generation. Dale, who else can I learn this from? There's not another program like this available in the market at any investment. Why? How come? Because most people that are at the top of most companies are white belts who did it with the skill sets, mindsets that they entered the industry with, and now they're following whatever is the flavor of the day technology. Most of them are, there's a lot of people that are just teaching attraction marketing, and it just blows my mind because they don't understand. If it hadn't been for the path they followed, they would have never, ever had anything to say to anybody. It blows my mind, really. And the reality is there's a lot of industry gurus that sell what's easy to sell, telling people what they want to hear. They teach at the level they first started having some success, again, not understanding the concept of sequential learning or the real issue of that. The bottom line is it's about not what you're making, it's about what's your team doing. Your team is a reflection of your leadership, good or bad, or lack thereof. Now, I was going to go in and show you all this, but I'm not going to, because honestly, you either know that this is worth whatever I'm getting ready to price it at, or you don't. And you say, this guy knows what he's doing. He can help me. He can help my team. He can help me help my team. Or you're probably gone. So if you're still watching this, then you know that it's powerful. But let me just give you a quick overview. You get the original course that we originally did. It's got all the videos. If we scroll down, you see video after video after video. It's 3 hours, 21 ways to create leads in your local market. Now, let me just share with you a couple of things that we've added. We've added a whole section just on Facebook and Facebook targeting. And, it's possible on Facebook with Facebook paid ads to get your message about your product or your business in front of every single person that lives in the same zip code that you do. Every one of them. You can get your message, and it starts at $5 a day. Powerful. Now, right now it's affordable. Right now it is. Right now it makes sense. There'll be a time when it won't, but right now it does. We talk about everything we can share with you about Craigslist. We have some people killing it with Craigslist. Even though they can't do HTML ads, they're still doing awesome with Craigslist. We go through that. Then we talk about fishbowl prospecting technique. I just talked to a guy today that's traveling in his regular business. And I said, you have to do the fishbowl technique. You have to, because you're in 7 or 8 different cities every other month. And I said, you will get the best quality prospects that you can imagine just doing this. A couple years ago, well, probably 9-10 years ago now, there was a couple brothers up in Canada, and I'd done a lot of stuff for them with local MLM leads. And they said, Dale, is there anything else that we can do? And I said, fishbowl technique. And about 90 days later, they said, Dale, our organization got out over 100 fish bowls this weekend, and they were just fired up. And then about 2 months later, I talked to them, and they said, Dale, we cannot believe the quality business people that were getting our products and opportunity in front of. So this is the best thing that you've ever taught. So that's in there. Press releases over my career, myself and my organization literally created over $1 million in free publicity with press releases. And I explained that. A lot of companies have magazines that they feature their products and their top people. I'll show you how to best utilize those to recruit in your local market. And then the thing that is worth whatever we're charging for this course at this time, and it's worth every nickel, is the best Jim Rohn training that was ever been recorded. And a lot of you, if you've heard me talk about Jim Rohn. And I'm not going to get into the whole story, but bottom line, we hired him to come and speak to our organization. There was probably, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7,000 people. And I introduced him, and I told our people, I said, look, you guys know this guy absolutely touched my life. And when I bring him on stage, I want to make sure that you give him the respect that he deserves. And when we were going back to the airport, he said, Dale, he said, I've been doing this for 30 years. And he said, I've never had an introduction or a crowd in 30 years ever react to me that way. And he said, I can't thank you enough. And it was a magical afternoon. His main guy, he kept telling me, he said, my gracious, he's really on today. I've never seen Jim like this before. He's having a great time up there. It's phenomenal. It's worth $5,000 easily if you're a serious career-minded network marketer. It's that profound. It's that awesome. So you'll get immediate access to this like in the next few minutes. And again, you've seen courses like these that sell routinely for $997 or $5,000 range. This is not about me charging the max I can get. As I mentioned earlier, I don't need to sell training courses and seminar seats to live a good living. My wife and I operate 4 different businesses. Network marketing support services is just one of those. It's really about disruption and returning the profession to the core fundamentals that created growth. I know it's going to become obvious over the next 5-10 years that the most productive leaders in every company will have mastered the systems that we teach, including local lead generation. I know that. The profession cannot continue to simply recruit each other and tell newbies what they want to hear so gurus can sell them affiliate programs or seminar seats or whatever else they're trying to pitch and promote and sell. It's about building people based upon wisdom of the ages, principles, and that's the deal. So for me, our main program is the MLM Training Club, which is our CD of the Month program. And when people graduate from that, we will be adding a new program. Again, I've only been working on this a couple years. I've traveled all over the world. I've been keynote, multiple companies, had great training contracts for the last 15, 20 years with great companies ever since I retired when I was 39, because my phone kept ringing. And people said, Dale, come and teach your local lead generation. Come and teach your program, your mind for success. Come and teach this. And I got invited to Super Saturdays, and then I started consulting with companies, and I started teaching and training for companies. And this whole business started that I never anticipated, really needed, wanted, or desired. But I kind of went with it for 15 years as kind of a side gig thing. But it's so easy. It's always been my bread and butter. I can do it in my sleep. I understand this. Taught a lot of people. So right now, Training Club to Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, and honestly, I sincerely believe 5, 10, 15, however long it takes, truth is truth. Wisdom of the ages is wisdom of the ages, and it always stands the test of time, and BS is always revealed. Fluff is always revealed over time. So I'm very comfortable in the long game here, because I sincerely believe that the people that we work with, we will develop the top income earners in multiple companies. My goal is to develop top income earners in 20 different companies around the world. Okay, I didn't say hire them, call me and hire me to work with them because they were a white belt that got to the top and don't have a clue what to do now. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about grassroots, start here, go through the progression. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about homegrown leaders. That's what I'm talking about. Now, not that we don't have millionaires that we coach and consult with. We do. But most of those people, well, I'm not going to go there, but I just wanted to say that to say this, that the next program will be, and it's going to be down the road, but it's going to be called Elite Network Marketing Leaders. And people will go from Training Club to Elite Network Marketing Leaders to Network Marketing Leadership Academy to ruling the world. That's our plan, to rule the world. So how much is it? I don't want to have to change this page. So whatever I show you on the next page, that's how much it is. I can tell you that we're starting it at 247, and we'll probably, my hope is to be able to stop it down the road. We're going to increase the price every month until we get to $997. And that's probably the most I will ever feel comfortable charging, because, again, even though it's worth millions, it's been worth millions to me. It's never about how much it costs. It really is about what it's worth. And so it is what it is. There's not going to be any kind of, plus you get this, plus you get that. I'm not going to show you it's worth $9,000. It's worth millions. Sincerely. This information, internalized, implemented, and duplicated, is worth millions. I can't charge you what it's worth. So whatever you see on the screen right now, again, we're starting it at 240. It's somewhere between 247 and 997. So whatever you're seeing, that's what it is. If you have questions at any time, you can go to MLMhelp.com, click the Ask Dale button right here. You can record your question, and I'll answer these twice a week right now. And I'll get online and I'll reply right back to you. This comes directly to me. If you have any questions about anything I've talked about in this training, or as you're going through the course, anything that's not crystal clear, again, I understand what the deal. I understand what I'm doing. It's not about selling you a program. It's about you becoming the best leader you can possibly be for other people. So whatever the price is, again, it's somewhere between 247 and 997. I hate to do it this way, but guys, it's just time issue for me. And again, it's not about me selling all I can sell to make as much money as I can make, to talk about. That's not my passion. That's not where I'm coming from. This makes sense. You know it. Whatever it is, we'll say 997. It's worth millions. Click and order the course. If you're the right person, you know it. You know it. Click and order the course. Please. Not for me, but for you, the growth of your organization, and the level of leadership and direction that you're going to be able to provide to your team. I hope that you will remember this webinar the next time you see a karate person. If you're just entering our world, I look forward to shaking your hand and getting to know you. God bless. Have an awesome day. You should see a add to cart or order now button right below the red arrows. $997 or whatever you're investing. It's not about you spending. It's about you earning And you earn by generating leads, play one, play two, enrolling people, creating real customers, and a real team that can duplicate sequentially. I hope I've been able to communicate that message to you. Have an awesome day, night, wherever you are in the world. This is Dale Calvert. God bless, and we look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Thanks for listening. I hope the last couple of sessions have given you a clear path to what it takes for you to become a network marketing lead generation master. For those of you that are podcast listeners, we have decided to extend the offer Dale made in the original recording to you, no matter when you may be hearing this, and no matter the current price of the local MLM leads course. If you are listening to my voice, write down this special podcast URL, www.dalecalvert.com/podcast leads. Again, that's www.dalecalvert.com/podcast leads. This special link will take you directly to a checkout page where you can invest in Dale's 21 Ways to Create Local MLM Leads course for only $247, no matter when you are listening. That special podcast URL is www.dalecalvert.com/podcast leads. Thank you for listening. Have a great week, and we will be back with you next Tuesday for another session of the MLM Success Podcast.
If you haven't gone over to iTunes yet and rated and left this podcast a review, what are you waiting for? At Calvert Marketing Group, we want to spend our time on the projects that we know are providing the most value for our clients and customers. You leaving us a review and feedback on iTunes is something that helps us more than you realize. And more importantly, it helps others like you find us. So if you've not taken the time to rate this podcast, please go over to iTunes and do that for us now. It will only take a couple of minutes out of your busy schedule. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business, and we will be back next week with another inspiring success story, wisdom of the ages training, or answers to your questions.